Oh, I'm getting judged by a couple of youths. Yep, that's right. I'm talking about wildlife and ponds and stuff. Alright. Yeah, see you in a bit. Maybe they know I'm judging them judging me. Oh, gosh, there's a little bit of a stare off here under the car. They're gone. They're bored. Off to Spa. Anyway. There's a big yogurt pot down there. We're off. Let's go. I'm feeling lucky. Good morning. So today I'm in Thame, which is a little town just outside of Oxford, and I thought I'd go for a wander. Maybe a little walk, one of my 10-metre things. I've got nobody with me today. Oh, there's a nice bumblebee. The idea of this series was to improve, give myself another hour in a 10-metre location. There won't be any B-roll of me filmed by high-quality camera people like Matt. So a bit of a shorter video this time. We're going to see what we can do. I'm going to choose a 10-metre location now. The 10-metre walks, they're chosen at random, sort of. I just go find an area. That's not random if I find an area, is it? But I kind of like just wander and then go, let's do it here. Try to find somewhere not too pristine and nice, and also somewhere that does have a little bit of interest, maybe the edge of a forest, or I'll try and classify it some way in the description. You'll see that on the video. The first one I did back in Leewoods in Bristol was a shocker because I panicked. I didn't do what I normally do when I film wildlife. It's kind of hurting my groin sticking this tripod in now, so I better stop. Somewhere unseen, it got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer. Oh, tree creeper. Okay, so I've had a little wander around the nature reserve. I've actually been here a couple of times before, but what I've noticed this time specifically is that there's a load of different individual environments kicking about. So we've got like this grassy stuff behind me, which would be interesting in itself. There's tons of nettles and brambles kicking about. We've got big old trees that I don't think are like naturally planted. I think these are probably artificially planted here. We've got a pond, which I'm quite excited about because there's not many places where you get a pond with like rushy stuff in. That could be quite good to do. And then there's meadows, there's woodland, there's a bit of everything. So I'm going to select one. Yeah, I think I'll go for the pond this time. Not a line, do it. Not in the pond, I don't want to get wet. Not today. This is going to be hard. This is going to be very hard. We've got a pond behind me. So there's the pond. I'll show you my 10 meters. Basically, the board you see behind me from where I'm standing now to kind of just past the board there is about 10 meters. So we're going to use this. I'm going to walk it now. Show you a little bit around. So we've got... We'll see, but look at how many nettles there are here. It's absolutely obscene. So I'm going to get stung and I might get wet. Okay, stopwatch timer. We are ready? There we go. And where's the button? Where the heck's the button? There it is. Beginneth. We're off. Let's go. Woo! So, back from that one, very interesting. That was really tough. It was all great. I was getting some nice shots, and then a family rocked up to the pond where I was filming, which is fine. I love that people are getting involved in the local nature. That's really good. But they just started trashing everything. They just got sticks, they were plunging them into the pool, there was a bunch of tadpoles, they were kind of knocking them around, they were catching them in a net, fine, okay, put them in a bucket, then put them back, but the kid was crushing the tadpoles through the netting into his bucket, like probably killing them. It was pretty nasty to watch. The annoying thing was, I probably should have said something, but their parents were like, oh, be careful with the ecosystem kind of thing, but not really enforcing anything, and it was just annoying. So they disturbed everything. The whole of the water surface was knocked aside. Anything that was there, like the water boatmen that I was filming, were not there afterwards. There were some ducks that were just starting to come out of the reeds that were hidden in there. They went back in, they were not seen again. The wren didn't come back. Basically, that ruined it. That was about 40 minutes in. So what I did was I stopped the timer when I stopped the timer, but I gave myself a little bit more time afterwards just to film a couple of things around, but it really kind of ruined it. And on that note, you know, if you're a parent or if you're anyone and you're going somewhere like that, not just because there are people trying to photograph the environment or there are people trying to relax or whatever, but just for the sake of the animals in there, just don't do that. Don't trash it. It was, you know, and this, what's worse is that these were people who are obviously interested somewhat in the pond and in the wildlife, and yet they still were pretty brutal to it. So yeah, that's frustrating. I'm gonna head back now, see what I got, but yeah, that film's no good. That's my excuse. I ended up filming that for a bit more than an hour. Because... Ooh. Sorry there won't be any off-the-cuff comedy with any other collaborators this time. I am alone.